Now, as we talk about Rowley, under all of that we've spoken about, under the flooding, the incompetence of the PNM, they are coming to take more money out your pocket to give Noel Garcia to give out contract. And if somebody get the contract wrong, B-Mobile will say, oh, there was a glitch, and the other company that they want to give it will be allowed to come in late, and then they will miraculously be the one who win the contract. Just, they're going to give you property tax now to take more money out of your pocket to fuel the 510 recusals in 4 years, which is now about 720 recusals. They're coming to give you property tax. Listen carefully, and they lied about it. Colm lied and said it was in the manifesto. Anyway, run it, Archie, it will explain.
Last question, please.
Ria Rampoli, CNC3. One of the more contentious issues in the last general election was that of the property tax. Where in the PNM's manifesto is this addressed?
It's not in the document. This is one of the things we need to talk to people about.
Let me take that one. I'm glad you raised that. I heard a UNC minister, I think it was the famous Prakash Ramadhan, telling people that the PNM will bring back the dreaded property tax. Let me make it abundantly clear. The property tax has already been dealt with. So for anybody in the government now to be telling the population that this PNM coming into office will bring back that tax is the highest level of dishonesty, which has been the hallmark of this UNC government. So I'm
Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that a bill entitled An Act to Amend the Property Tax Act, Chapter 7604, be forthwith read a third time and passed.
Honorable members, the question is that a bill entitled An Act to Amend the Property Tax Act, Chapter 7604, be now read a third time and passed. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against? No. I think the ayes have it.
Madam President, this matter of the property tax, this tax, I want to tell the Honorable Minister of Finance, is dreaded, it is draconian, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago, particularly the working man and woman, cannot afford at this time to pay any property tax.
To respond to Senator Mark, I reject his assertion this is not an onerous imposition. I reject his assertion with respect to the population not in support of this. We have put it twice in our general election manifesto.
Last question, please.
Ria Rampoli, CNC3. One of the more contentious issues in the last general election was that of the property tax. Where in the PNM's manifesto is this addressed?
It's not in the document. This is one.
Is this addressed?
It's not in the document.
24 senators voted for, 6 senators voted against, and 0 abstentions. As such, the question is put and passed.
But in the USA and European Union and other countries, people don't mind paying tax, and they pay tax and it works and so on. That's very interesting, you know. But look around, take a deep breath. We not in USA, we not in European Union, we not in Canada, we in Trinidad and Tobago with a PNM government, so people don't want to pay tax because they've seen the wastage, the squandermania, the corruption, the heartlessness, the oppression of this tyrannical PNM. In fact, we are suffering from brain drain like never before. Every child that goes out to university, whether on scholarship, academic, or sporting, their parents are saying if you get a job out there, stay out there, marry out there, don't come back here. So don't come to tell me about other people's country. If we were like them, where we could drive without busing tire and busing rim, if we were like them and mosquito wasn't biting me, reach in Aranguez and St. Joseph. If we were like them and local government was working, we wouldn't mind paying tax. But we are paying Then the Honorable Minister posted that $540 to $2,700 extra a year is fair. The Honorable Minister of Finance said that's a fair tax. Now how he determined that, I would love to know. Because a fair tax, if you have money, you could say that that might be fair. But when you take away fuel subsidy, and you put online 7% tax, and people lost their jobs, and no increase, and you offer them 0.001011%, and inflation is at 45% for food since 2015, and in medicine has gone up by 75%. When $100 you go in the grocery and you come out with 2 bricks and a piece of cheese, where the grocery now cutting up cheese and locking it in a cabinet because people stealing cheese. If those are the conditions out there, what you coming to tell me about a fair tax? You don't take away the fuel subsidy, so anybody with a car, already 56,000 cars, the smaller cars, the Tida Wetman, the B13, them kind of cars, they're off the road because men have to determine when to use the car, when to use the gas. Should I use it to pick up my wife from work or the children from school? Children, or they take Maxi. I have to go for the wife because her shift late. That's how people are operating in this country, and y'all PNM so out of touch. You come to say that $540 to $2,700 extra is fair, and when you have zero, how that could be fair? That means you're going minus $2,700. Y'all are not aware of what is out there. You think the crime is just escalating out because Trinidad and Tobago, we just have a bad gene? The social conditions are horrendous. The gap between the rich and the poor is being exacerbated every day by policies of no care. And you can hear it in that, how could a Minister of Finance come in the Senate that is being live to the country and say $2,700 is fair? If I hand out $2,700, how am I going to pay that? Fair or unfair? It is oppressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard Coleman but lying, saying that it was not in the manifesto, first of all, when asked by Rhea Rambali, and then come in the Senate and say the people chose to pay property tax because it was in the PNM, 2 PNM manifestos, a blatant lie by the Duen. And they come in and forcing property tax down your throat to say local government will get resources. And they are saying by themselves that it's because there's no money allocated to local government that you have to take a tax, and when you pay, the money will go to the corporation. First and foremost, the residential that they're forcing now in the law, that the PNM is forcing down your throat with the support of the 9 PNM independents, and you saw PNM celebrating Tax In You, you know. The PNM government celebrating Tax In You with Amory Brown and Paula Gopi-Schoon and Rohan Sinanan and Richie Sukai knocking the table, happy as you get no service. Look, the first piece of rain, everybody flood out because the PNM does not allocate resources to local government. All the corporations, including Diego Martin, that them in control of. But you all have to understand, this election coming August 14th, some people calling it local government small. Let me tell you, anything named election is huge thing, because we have to get rid of the PNM at every level and keep them out for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Let them splinter and break up into new thing, break up into new, get logo and new colors and so on. You have to get rid of the PNM. It is a curse on this country. By Keith Christopher, nasty goatweed Rowley. Play it.
Because we have been engaged in legal battle and obstruction by the UNC in preventing the government from operationalizing the property tax law. You have to ask yourself, why is it they are so hell-bent on preventing this tax from being collected?
Keith Rowley wants to punish the people of our country who are already struggling by implementing his new property tax. But here's what Keith Rowley had to say in Parliament about the same property tax back in 2009. As reported in the Hansard of the Parliament, Keith Rowley said, "In my own constituency, there is anger, anxiety and resentment at both ends of the spectrum. They have brought the tax at the worst possible time, alluding to tough economic times." Rowley also rejected the idea that property tax would help communities. Instead, it would bring further hardship. He said, "I know a lot of people for whom $100 is a lot of money. A lot are struggling to make ends meet," said Rowley. Rowley also chastised the PNM for asking people to pay property tax while his own constituents could not even get water in their taps. Any hike in such water rates under the property tax, Rowley said, would now amount to provocation. If you try to defend the indefensible, you will create resentment and provoke people. And that is what we have at the moment, said Rowley back in 2009. But now, by implementing the property tax, Prime Minister Keith Rowley is defending the indefensible.